ABC 10 Band supplying the musical interlude for that. We thank them for that. The royalties are on the way. It's time to take you around town. This morning we are in Davis, USA, Yolo County. ABC 10's Jordan Tolbert is joining us. She is at the Davis Farmers Market, and I tell you what, people come out from everywhere to check this out. And Jordan, that's the location they do it.
That is true, Walt. This market is absolutely iconic, and we have Randy, the executive director of the Davis Farmers Market, here with us right now. So you were telling me earlier, 90 plus vendors. How many people do you typically see on a Saturday?
Well, we've been here for almost 50 years, and that's the best thing about the Davis Farmers Market. About 7,000 people come by every single Saturday year-round. That's why vendors love us.
Yeah, and everybody loves the vendors. It's amazing. I've been here. So many people I know love the Davis Farmers Market. So coming into the summer months, what can we kind of expect in terms of seasonal fare, kind of new vegetables that people might see coming up?
Yes, well, this is the start of everything exciting that people really love about farmers markets. They should love kale, but they really love corn and tomatoes, and the corn actually from Brentwood is starting tomorrow, so it's very exciting. All the berries are in. We're waiting on blackberries. They're a little bit later in the season. Melons will be coming next month. And then basil, you know, the small basil with the tomatoes and the cucumbers. Oh my gosh, the cucumbers are here already.
Yeah, so you were telling me earlier about a maker's market. So kind of explain what that entails in terms of people actually making what they're bringing.
So we are actually a California certified farmers market, and what that means is that only the real farmers bring the stuff that they grow. They actually have certificates, they're inspected, but we also follow that theme with only the bakers are here and the cheesemakers, and we have restaurants that cook from the market and make breakfast sandwiches from the market and popsicles from the market. Imagine an avocado lime popsicle.
I am imagining. That sounds amazing. So I guess what's your favorite thing about the farmers market? It's kind of magical. Even this morning, even though it's early, you know, you can see the trees, it's beautiful outside, and just the community coming together.
Well, we have such a beautiful place and location. The park is here. We have restrooms. It's always so clean. We have 2 ATMs here. It's just like a perfect marketplace. You know, it reminds me, it's so important to this community. The city really values this market, and we are so proud to be able to serve the Davis community.
And finally, where can people kind of find market information, everything that they need to know before they visit?
We have a website, davisfarmersmarket.org. We have Instagram, and we have Facebook, and just Google Davis Farmers Market and you will have more information than you will ever imagine.
All right, so 8 a.m. tomorrow. This place is going to be filled with vendors and people. Thank you, Randy, so much for being with us. And back to you, Walt.
This is just outstanding. It's one of the great things about Davis. You go down there for the farmers market and you're like, let's walk around for a while. And that a while takes like 2 or 3 hours. Who you got next coming up in this hour?
Okay, so we are going to tell you more about Davis Pride. That is happening tomorrow, so they are doing a lot of setup today, but we are going to be talking with 2 people that are in charge of putting that event on, so can't wait to tell you more about that.
Okay, beautiful morning. Coffee up for our friends in Davis. Thank you, Jordan. Okay, we continue our Around Town segment this morning. We are in Davis. ABC 10's Jordan Tolbert joins us again. She's been around Davis since before 5 this morning. And Davis Pride is this weekend, right, Jordan? And Davis is rolling it out.
Yes, so it's happening tomorrow. So this is perfect because with me here, I have Sondre and Gloria from the Davis Phoenix Coalition. So tell me a little bit about what the Davis Phoenix Coalition does.
Sure. The Davis Phoenix Coalition is a nonprofit, and we serve mostly Davis, but all of Yolo County. And we work on a lot of diversity issues, and so we support the immigrant community, and we do anti-bullying events, and we put on the Davis Pride Festival, and just do a lot of support around folks who live in the margins of our community.
Yeah. So tell me a little bit about Davis Pride happening tomorrow, obviously. What can people kind of expect, and what's your favorite part about it?
Oh my goodness.
Well, we are excited to have Davis Pride. You know, they could come out, have a good time, just a lot of good music, drag queens from all over the community. just a big community celebration. And like I always say, for the last 12 years, we've tried to put down any political work or activism work, because that's what Davis Pride is, and just have fun. Forget your troubles for 6 hours,
Yes.
and then let's just have a good time.
Yes.
So
But we have resource booths so people can come out and find education around healthcare and just other things that are relevant to the LGBTQ plus community. We have karaoke. We'll have karaoke, and we'll have a kids zone. We'll have a place for teens to hang out. We try to have something for everybody. We pride ourselves on being the most family-friendly pride and the most inclusive. And so we get a lot of allies that come out. We get a lot of people that come out, support their neighbors, their family, their coworkers, and we'll kick off with Pride as a protest, because Pride started as a protest. And so there'll be a rally here in this particular park, and then people will march over to the where the festival is at.
Right, so the festival details. What time is it happening and what park is it happening at?
Sure. And so the Pride as a protest rally will be here in Central Park.
Okay.
And then people will
At
march
2 p.m.
at 2 p.m.
okay.
2 p.m. People will march across the street. And the festival starts off at 3 o'clock and it goes until 8.
Okay, well, thank you so much for being here with me this morning. I know it's early, but we so appreciate getting to learn more about Pride. And once again, that's happening tomorrow, and it's starting here in this park, and then people are walking over to the other park. Okay, great. Well, thank you so much, everybody, for being with us today, and right back to you, Walt.
Hey, Jordan, quick question. We have a live streaming show, which is coming up on ABC 10 Plus at 7 a.m. Any chance we could get you into that show with a guest?
Yes, there is a large chance, because I am going to go to one more local business in Davis. We are going to be at Mabels Market. So can't wait to tell you more about that and show you all the great things inside.
Mabels is a famous location. Okay, that'll be in our streaming show coming up in a bit. Jordan, thank you. All right, time to take you around town this morning. We are in Davis, Yolo County. ABC 10's Jordan Tolbert is there checking out all the different places that make Davis great. Right now she's at a place called Growing Groves. Jordan, what's happening at Growing Groves this morning?
You know, I gotta tell you, Walt, in the morning when I wake up, I drink a lot of coffee, I'm high energy. When I walked in here, I felt so calm. And that is just because you've curated the most beautiful place. It's so amazing. It's just a calming feeling when you walk in. So introduce yourself.
My name is Lawrence. I am the co-founder and co-owner of the Growing Groves Plant Shop here in Davis, California. We just celebrated 3 years. You know, we spent the last 3 years building community, like amongst people in Davis, amongst like our queer community as well, creating a safe space for people to come into.
Yeah, so thank you so much for being here this morning. It's just been great getting to know you and getting to know some of these plants. I know we've been looking at the carnivorous ones. Yeah. So basically what I want to know, you know, starting a small business is no small feat. So kind of talk about that process and how it's kind of a labor of love.
Yeah, definitely. It was definitely something where I was like, this is going to be great. This is what I want to do. I want to be like around this. This was my hobby for so long. And it just turned into like a lot of Googling how to do stuff, a lot of Googling what kind of licensing we needed. And then, you know, here we are working 8 days a week, 27 hours a day. And I'm like one person working for 6 jobs, you know. But honestly, I wouldn't change it for anything else.
Yeah, and just you're so knowledgeable about all the different plant types. It's absolutely amazing. You know, there's so many different species of plants here. So you do a variety of, you know, different events in the community. So kind of talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, we like to host little night markets here and there on our patio outside. We like to host like vendors and different artists to just kind of give them a space to share what they make and like their creativeness. We also partner with Yolo County Animal Shelter. We do a lot of dog adoptions. We're hoping to have a couple more kitten adoptions. We also have a new market series rolling out called Day in Downtown. We're partnering with Yesterday Davis, which is an amazing curated vintage clothing store just across the street from us. And yeah, next one is coming up in September, so you can check us out on Instagram at The Growing Groves and just keep an eye out for that.
Right, and where can people find you and what are your hours?
Yeah, so we're located in Davis, California. Like I said, social media handles is just the Growing Groves. We are in downtown Davis. We're open Tuesday through Sunday from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much for being with us. We have just loved getting to know you and getting to know all these amazing, beautiful plants that you just saw. And we are so excited to continue going around town in Davis and introducing you to some of the amazing business owners like Lawrence that you just met. Back to you.
Yeah, and as we talked about, Jordan, Davis is really cool. The downtown vibe is great if you live there. I mean, that's why people love Davis.
Oh, yeah.
It's kind of an island unto itself for many reasons. All right, Jordan, thank you so much. Growing Groves. Yes, indeed. We are heading back outside for Around Town this morning. We have landed in Davis, California. ABC 10's Jordan Tolbert giving us some insight on all the things that make Davis cool. And she right now is at Yesterday Vintage. Jordan, good morning.
That's right. Well, if I sound out of breath, it's because we ran across the street after we were talking to Lawrence at the Growing Grubs. And now we are at Yesterday Vintage, and there is just a variety of beautiful clothing. But without further ado, I do want to get to talking with the two co-owners. So I know that the way that you began this business is pretty unique. So kind of tell me a little bit about that. By the way, this is Domby and Michaela who are here with us this morning. Thank you for being here and waking up so early.
Yeah, so we've all been in the industry for at least 5 years and are all Davis locals and came together to open the store in October of 2023.
Yeah, so what do you love about, owning a vintage store in downtown Davis?
What we love the most about owning a business in Davis is the sense of community we've built.
Yeah.
As you know, with Lawrence, we've become really close with him, Mabels Market as well, and, just working with all the students.
Yeah, absolutely amazing downtown community. Even this morning when I pulled up at like 4 a.m., I was admiring just how beautiful it is out there. So I know that you do, a lot of different events with people, you said, and we'll talk about that more in a second, but let's go ahead and talk about some of these looks that you've curated here. So first and foremost, I asked you this earlier, what constitutes vintage? Like, what is the definition of that?
Yeah, so vintage would be any piece of clothing that is at least 20 years old or older.
Okay, very cool. So let's go ahead and take a look at some of these beautiful pieces that you've put together.
Yeah, so these are all vintage Davis pieces. Starting out here, we do have the classic UC Davis logo on a vintage 70s baby tee.
Beautiful.
And then here we have a 1960s UC Davis tee with the Aggies on there.
How cool.
It's quite rare, yeah. It's a really cool piece.
Love that.
And then we have the classic
Oh my
Doxy
gosh.
Derby race from Picnic Day that's still running to this day.
I love
Just a really
it.
cool find.
Iconic.
And then finally we have the Not Solus Gallery tee. And you can still find them here in Davis to this day.
Amazing. Okay, so kind of like we were talking about, you guys do a lot of stuff in the community. So kind of talk about different events that you have going on. And I know you have one coming up later this fall.
Yeah, so we just had the opportunity to host a pilot event here in the East Street Plaza parking lot. It was in collaboration with the Davis Downtown Business Association and then Lawrence from the Growing Groves and I. But it was a really fun event, over 30 vendors, constituted of, artists and makers,
Yeah.
Davis brick and mortars,
Yeah.
and Davis nonprofits.
Okay,
that
and
we
you're
really
going
love.
to plan another one too coming up,
Yeah,
right?
so fingers crossed, it's going
Okay.
to happen in the fall this year, but it's still in the works, and we're really excited to make it even bigger and better than last time.
Okay, and congratulations to you guys because I know that you are celebrating 2 years this October, right?
Correct.
Okay, congratulations and thank you so much for joining us. It has been wonderful. Obviously,
Jordan.
they have a wonderful selection. And where can people find you online?
At Yesterday Davis on
Yesterday Davis.
Instagram.
Okay, great. Walt, did you have a question? I heard
I
Jordan.
did. I saw a hockey jersey over there
Okay.
that Andrew was panning around to, and it was
hockey
number
jersey.
91. I'm
Okay.
curious. We got the Stanley Cup Finals going on. I'm curious who the jersey is. Tavares. What team is that, Drew? Flip that bad boy around.
The Toronto Maple Leafs.
Leafs. That is super cool. How much they want for that?
Isn't it cool?
Yeah.
Let's see how much this goes for. Let's check the price here. Okay. $28.
That's pretty cherry. Let me talk to you about that. My son has hockey jerseys. Toronto is one of the original.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so that's the kind of thing that you find at a place like that, a little hidden gem. Somebody like me is like, hey, where's that hockey jersey from?
Yeah.
So that's how they get their money.
Absolutely.
Watching since 5 this morning, you've been seeing a lot of this. The Around Town jingle. And there she is. Jordan Tolbert has been giving us a tour since 5 this morning of all things beautiful about Davis, California. You're at Mabels Market and the legendary Shelley, the proprietor. Jordan.
Oh my gosh, I cannot underscore enough how wonderful of a morning we have had, and it continues. Shelley, you are so wonderful. We are so grateful that you are here. We are at Mabels Market right now. So tell us a little bit about Mabels Market, how it started, and you were telling me earlier about the naming process, which was really interesting.
Mabels Market started actually about 4 years ago. We were doing strawberry shortcake at the farmer's market and charcuterie boxes at different wineries and breweries during COVID. And I had to come up with a name for my little business, and so we named it Mabels, which stands for Mothers Always Bring Extra Love. We try hard. And from there, it sort of evolved into this specialty food market.
Yeah, so many different items. I want to walk over here because this is something that I was telling you about a little bit earlier. This is like a phenomenon right now on social media. A lot of people are eating tinned fish, and you have tinned fish aplenty, so kind of tell me about that.
Yeah, I think a few years ago, a young woman posted a tinned fish date night idea online, TikTok, and it just took off from there. So now I have people my parents' ages who've always eaten tinned fish, and the college students, and lots of creative recipes. We've done a tinned fish tasting. So this is really our best seller, is the tinned fish. We've got sardines, we've got oysters, salmon, anchovies. So, and we plan to just keep building this and keep adding to it.
So obviously lots of wonderful items sourced from all over the place, but that's not the only thing that you have here. You have a sharing library in the other room with lots of cookbooks, things like that. So, lots of local fare, but also some places that people can find some books.
Yeah. So I don't even know how this started, but I brought cookbooks from home thinking I would peruse them when I wasn't busy. And then I put them on the shelf, and so we added these little cards. So if you would like to borrow a cookbook, come on in and you can check it out. But this has been really popular and really fun, and we take donations if you're trying to get rid of your cookbooks.
Oh my gosh.
We'll take them.
Okay, that is wonderful to know. So in terms of some of your favorite items that you have here, is there anything new or super cool that you're really excited about right now?
Yeah, actually this is a brand new, and we love to work with local people.
Okay.
And we love to work with small businesses.
Right.
And this is a brand new product we have out of Winters.
Okay.
It's elderberry syrup, and people use this for cocktails,
Yes.
mocktails. They'll just sip it, but this is
Yeah.
a really great new product that's been really popular for us.
Yeah, I've heard elderberry actually has immunity benefits too.
Yeah.
Okay, well that's great.
Good.
So we love this. Picnic
Yo.
supplies, people will come. We kind of started as a picnic shop. So we've got picnic blankets and wine carriers, and then anything you would want to pack in that picnic
Yeah,
basket.
it's amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, it sounds like Walt has a question. So, okay,
I
I'm
have
listening.
I have a couple of questions. First, ask Shelley where she's hiding her
Couple
husband
questions.
Bob this morning.
Walt wants to know where you're hiding your husband Bob this morning.
Bob is home in bed.
What?
I woke him up and told him, but since it's live streaming, he can watch it anytime, right?
Yes, he
that's
can.
True.
That's
You can
true.
watch it anytime. Okay, well, what else?
Yeah, so the other thing is Bob Dunning is Shelley's husband. He's the legendary wordsmith of Davis. Once coined the phrase the People's Republic
Yes.
of Davis, but we won't get into that. Could you ask Shelley, I saw the French Laundry cookbook there.
easy on us,
Does
Walt.
she know if the governor possibly has a recipe in there? No?
All right, he's interested in the French Laundry cookbook this morning.
Tell him to come check it out.
She says to come check it out. Okay, so before we go, well, I want to show you just how cool this building really is. So obviously there's lots of local things in here.
Yeah.
There's lots of different types of foods. There's lots of different kinds of drinks. You know, different items, candy. But this is what did you say? A gallery where we're showcasing students' work.
So we do the Art About. That's the second Friday in Davis, downtown. And this last month we hosted Davis Senior High Art Department. So we have their artwork up here for a month. And then this coming
Nice.
second Friday, we'll be hosting the Davis Music Fest, the history of posters,
nice.
advertising, and the Davis Music Fest through the years. So that'll be on the
Beautiful.
second Friday from 6 to 9.
Okay, great. And finally, too, there's a really cool room right here in the back. And
Yes.
before we go, we just have to show it because this is absolutely incredible, and it looks out into this beautiful courtyard where different events happen and things like that. So, Shelly, this room is just beautifully curated, and we love it.
I love this room. It just feels really good. So we're hoping to open a cafe, beer, wine, coffee,
Yeah.
tapas in the next few months. So hopefully I'll see you sitting here in this room.
Yeah, and thank you so much for spending the morning with us. Everybody, this is Mabels Market, a variety of items, absolutely beautiful on the inside of this store. So Shelly, thank you. And what time are you open and what days?
We open at 9:30 in the morning and we're open till 5. And we're closed on Mondays right now, but soon to be open 7 days a week.
Okay, great. Thank you. Back to you, Walt.
Okay, a lot going on in the Dunning business empire. Okay, Shelley, good to see you. Good morning. And hopefully your husband gets to see this.